my honorable guests, Mr. Olaf, Ms. Romina, Ms. Muhammad Abad, GIZ team, Director of Operation, Mr. Nauman Aslam, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you on board for the graduate ceremony of Industrial Stitching Machine Operators, which is the joint collaboration of Masood Textile and GIZ. First of all, I would like to bring attention over the importance of the skilled labor workforce for the textile industry. South Asia and Southeast Asia are two regions where there has been a proliferation in export-oriented ready-made garments factories, as well as increased construction to meet the demand for expanding population. These jobs require skills, but there are often not enough skilled workers in the labor market to meet this growing demand. Theory suggests that training frontline workers in low-income setting might have large potential given pre-existing low-level skills. Yet, empirical research on initiatives to develop skill is scant, with the majority of findings eminent from Western countries. Little is known about whether and how skill should be improved and the consequences on the productivity. Increasing labor productivity is not only key to improving a firm's competitiveness, it is widely acknowledged as the key to improving the well-being of workers and their families. There are some indications that increase in labor productivity allow payments to worker wages to rise. With increasing productivity and wages come rising living standards, which is the basic objective of worker well-being. As per visionary concern of our worthy CEO, Masood Textile has generated ample opportunity for raising the skill level of rural area of Pakistan by targeting the most neglected areas. A short documentary will be shared providing a realistic picture of the efforts initiated at Masood Textile. Masood Textile Mills Limited has also privileged to train more than 19,000 females and 35,000 males in the last 20 years. With the joint collaboration of different training providing departments both at provincial and federal level, and in coordination with international organizations like ILO, UNDP, JICA and GIZ. These trained workforce is not only working with Masood Textile and sister concerned companies, but also gave a support to the other industry in Pakistan. The training centers of Masood Textile Mills Limited are specially providing an additional strength to cater the requirement of the changing environment. In the continuity of the above mentioned journey, the MOU with the GIZ for facilitating the trainees with special attention to the vulnerable group is a special add-on for the society well-being. The graduation ceremony is adding another success story for the self-actualization of Masood Textile Mills Limited as a corporate citizen for development of true spirit of training and development. I am pleased to share that Masood Textile is one of the leading organizations putting its best efforts on implementing projects like labor and environmental standards in Pakistan textile industry with all other components. Sustainable production in textile is priority of our Executive Director, Mr. Muhammad Nazir Ahmad, and our worthy CEO, Mr. Shah Nazir Ahmad, with our top management. In the end, once again, I would like to portray my special gratitude to the management of GIZ for the successful of training,
starts with its gates opening to more than 20,000 dedicated employees.
for this training program, and special thanks to the trainers and graduated trainees for their hard work and devotion. Thank you.
This is what it is, a wonderful contribution by Director Industrial Management, Mr. Nazil Istia, who is also portraying the concern that it is leading towards the self-actualization of Masood textile mills. This training and development program has such a significance that it is adding value in true sense with the joint collaboration of GIZ and other development bodies. Now, I'd like to share the documentary which was basically shared by Director Industrial Management, Mr. Nazil Istia before. So please share the documentary of how life changes in Masood and what is the contribution of Masood in it. So please. Lights. Lights. स्टार्ट से वॉल्यूम भी देखें. शुरू से स्टार्ट करें, शुरू से करें. Mina Koshius for his valuable words regarding this event. So give your big hands.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Dear Nasir Alizia, dear Masood Textile Mills team, dear graduates, dear trainers and ustads, dear Olaf and dear team GIZ, Assalamu alaikum. What an energetic recitation of the Holy Quran that we had today. I really enjoyed it a lot. And how adequate for this event. Almost 100 graduates that attend this ceremony today. That makes me very, very proud. This is what we need, and so many more of you, in order to bring Pakistan where it deserves to be. A high technology country with a highly specialized and high value addition industry. Building such a country is not possible with unskilled labor only. We need people who we slowly, step by step, qualify so that they contribute their share to such a modern, high-tech country. I want to congratulate the Masood Textile Mills for its efforts to qualify the human resource and thereby proving that this is, after all, also the only way to leave and to escape from the race to the bottom, which means to produce products that pretty much everybody can do, where very little value is added, and where, as a result, the producer competes with thousands and thousands of other producers worldwide. You have already very successfully demonstrated that there is an alternative, and you have also demonstrated how to get there with skills development, with efficient management, and of course also with sustainable business practices concerning all three dimensions of sustainability: the social, ecological, and economic dimension. This is, after all, also the basis not only to pay a minimum wage, but after all, and eventually also a living wage. My own education started 30 years ago. It is quite precisely 30 years ago that I myself switched on an industrial sewing machine for the first time, and that my own vocational training as a dressmaker started. And I remember also how scared I was of these fast, huge, difficult to steer machines without, back then, servo engine and so on and so forth. Ooh, so difficult to control, and every machine was different. They almost had like personalities, a character. But it was at the same time, for me personally, the beginning of a development that took me places, amongst others, to Pakistan. It would not have been possible without my ustad training me with a lot of patience, tolerance, and of course also skills. Still nowadays, I'm visiting my ustad quite regularly, and she still takes pride in what she has prepared the foundation for. I want to congratulate the graduates, and I also want to congratulate all the ustads and trainers at Masood Textile Mills. You change livelihoods for the better. This is a contribution that you're making to develop people and in the end also the country that cannot be overestimated. To the graduates, I wish all the best for their future career. I know there's now a lot of adventures ahead of you, and I wish you all the best to succeed and master all these adventures. I want to thank in particular the Masood Textile Mills management team, and in particular, of course, Nasir Alizia. You're inspiring and motivating us. Today, for example, I found my new role model here, another female leader leading a team that was almost 2.5 times as big as my own, and who set sort of a new benchmark, what I should be striving for. Thank you so much for that. You're really encouraging us to pursue on our way, to work with the textile and garment industry, with the private sector so successfully to develop this country. And after all, I also want to thank you very much for trusting us. We very often begin our initiatives unavoidably with limited knowledge, but with a lot of zeal and a lot of passion. And it is partners like you who trust us to try out things together with you in a sort of protected, safe environment where we can jointly overlook what works and what does not work, and where we can develop, well, tailor-made solutions for the textile and garment industry in Pakistan. Thank you very much.
I'm really thankful for the valuable contribution added by Ms. and especially the concern regarding respect for the teachers, his practical expertise which he has utilized to being a dress designer and then working on the machines. It's all about the transition that she has been through. So this is a remarkable and wonderful example. Give once again big hand to the Ms. Now I will invite our Director of Operations, Mr. Numan Chaudhary, to come forward and to add his valuable comments regarding this ceremony. So, Mr. Numan Chaudhary, Director of Operations, Masood Textile.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. I personally thank you, Mr. Olaf and Mr. Meena. I also thank Mr. Nasir Alizia for all the arrangements done so far and providing us the opportunity to create this whole scenario. I appreciate GIZ collaboration with MTM. Post-COVID situations across the country has led us to in a very difficult situation, and the scenarios built across the world were not good enough and have taken away a lot of jobs. Post-COVID scenario has created a tremendous demand for the, and especially in the apparel sector, and there was a great need developed for having new talent to be trained and to be used as a useful contributor towards Pakistan's economy and Pakistan's well-being. The opportunities generated and having more than 50% youth in Pakistan, that needs a proper channelization of their talent to be, to be put through the proper training programs and structured training programs. MTM here took the initiative with the growing demand and their social responsibility of training their people. What they have done is that they have collaborated with GIZ and other training institutes to provide you people an opportunity so that you can become your owner of your own destiny. So I really appreciate the efforts done so far, and to my jurisdiction, whatever needed, I would be ready to contribute. Long live Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your valuable contributions regarding the challenges of COVID-19, along with that proper channelization of the problems which were highlighted and then addressed by the Masood Textile Mills for the ultimate success that Masood had achieved. Now finally, and in the last, I like to invite my chief guest, Mr. Olaf Henlo-Acton, to come forward for his valuable contribution regarding this ceremony. So ladies and gentlemen, give your big hands for him.
Shukriya. Mr. Nasir Ali Zia, the Group Director, Masood Textile Mills, Mr. Numa, Director, Operations, my dear colleagues from GIZ, but foremost and above all, I would like to salute all the graduates who are the stars of today's event. And let me say at the very start that I'm very happy to see that about half of the graduates here and that we can congratulate on later are female. I recently attended and graced an event, I'm not going to tell you where it was, where I did not say ladies and gentlemen, but I had to say gentlemen, because there was not a single woman in the audience. And I just want to tell you that I'm very happy, and I want to say that at the outset, that Masood Textile Mills is really serious about giving and providing sustainable employment to young female graduates. So, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. Let me share with you that the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, that is our ministry back in Germany that funds the activities of our organization, GIZ, in many countries and also in Pakistan, has created this initiative. We call that Returning to New Opportunities. And in the context of this initiative, the project that that Masood Textile Mills has been working with, I understand, for many years now, is supporting particularly the reintegration into the labor market of those, and we heard an example before, who return to Pakistan after having spent some years working abroad to sustain their families, and who often had to come back due to external events, for example, the COVID crisis. And let me just say that we are very happy to have this strong partner here in Masood Textile Mills who work with us and are giving the returning migrants a chance to find work and sustain their families. So not only returning migrants benefit, also other individuals, also minorities, transgender persons, as I said, COVID affectees, single mothers and divorced women to find employment here, as in this case in the textile factory. The project also enhances their employability at the same time. What does that mean? Entailing the creation of employment opportunities through the skills training program and developing HR strategies for them. introducing new training mechanisms so that they can use their skills and then hopefully also find sustainable employment. Romina has mentioned this before, 100 trainees, 7 of them returning migrants. This is very good to see that. Our vision at German Development Corporation in general is of course to make a contribution to improving people's lives, and working towards this vision we are, as I said, very happy to have Massoud Textile Mills as a partner, and our textiles technical cooperation project has initiated what we call the skill development program that has the aim of establishing collaborative on-job training centers. And I am convinced that the capacity development initiatives create undeniably hopefully long-term impact. The established training centers produce a skilled workforce that is ready to be employed as an asset to this company, Massoud Textile Mills. This initiative does not only provide a solution to unemployment, but also equips workers with a skill set which has a long-term benefit, especially, as I said, in the case of returning migrants who had limited opportunities to sustain their lives when coming back home from abroad. This is not an isolated change and seek to create a snowball effect, because of course with an income they can send their children to schools, improve livelihoods, take care of health needs, and also ultimately help eradicate poverty. So as I said, 100 graduates, that means 100 families that can benefit from this initiative. If one family consists, let's say, average 6-7 family members, that means that 600 to 700 lives have been changed for the better, and I'm very happy to witness that here. And let me conclude by, first of all, congratulating all the graduates here today. This is an ongoing journey, and I look forward to hundreds more graduating from the training centers here at Massoud Textile Mills. So again, it has been a pleasure being here. Thank you for the invitation. Sorry to keep you waiting. This is my first visit to Faisalabad. I came from Islamabad this morning. There were some traffic issues there. So again, thank you for your patience. And again, congratulations. Massoud Textile Mills, Zindabad. Punjab, Zindabad. Pakistan, Zindabad.